So the Arizona Cardinals are taking on the New England Patriots this weekend, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I had no idea this was a home game until about 2 or 3 days ago. I just thought for some reason they were going on the road to Foxborough, which is nice to know that the Cardinals in this game are still going to be at home with what will likely be a favorable crowd, given the fact that Patriots aren't very good. And Foxborough is, a moon rocket launch away from here, all the way on the other side of the country. And, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, do this preview, but, just immediately, right off the cusp, I got to tell you guys, I am struggling a little bit with where to take my content. I think I'm closing in at 2,500 subscribers, viewership through the roof. But my highest ranking videos are the Arizona Cardinals. And in the comment section, people are really starting to like my commentary, love my honesty. Remember, I've told you, this is not a fan page. I'm going to hold this team accountable. And there is part of me that is potentially leaning towards just going all in on Arizona coverage. That wouldn't be Sun stuff because I already do stuff with Locked On Phoenix Suns. It'd probably just be Cardinals, maybe some Diamondbacks, but just Arizona sports-centric things. I'm really strongly debating doing that because of how well my Arizona Cardinals coverage is, or how well it's doing. I guess I shouldn't compliment myself, although I think I do a pretty good job. So if that's something you guys might be interested in, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I wanted to get this with you guys today. And again, I apologize for my voice, my stuffiness. I am obviously, mentioned before, got a little bit of a cold, but I'm metted up, cracked out of my mind right now when it comes to cold medicine. So I'm doing all right now, but hopefully I don't sound too bad. Yesterday I was just awful, but the Cardinals at home against New England Patriots. And it's so funny because I have a ton of respect for some. So as some of you know, I'm pretty well connected in the Cardinals community. At this point in my career, I pretty much know everyone that covers the Cardinals. That doesn't mean I'm best friends with all of them, but like if I went up to them, I wouldn't have to introduce myself. I know them decently. And, but some of the guys I know, really, really good dudes. I mean, really good dudes and really good coverage. Bo Brock and Johnny Venerable over at PHNX Sports. And I watch their coverage of the Cardinals because I think they do a very good job. And their title on one of their videos was Get Right Game. And I didn't watch that video, so I can't be on. I got to be honest with you. I don't know exactly what went in that video. But I saw that this morning. And I said, Get Right Game? This is a Get Right Game for the Cardinals? Now, that's all I saw. They might have totally contradicted that title in their commentary. But I've got to be honest with you guys. You can only call it Get Right Game if you're a good team. And right now, the Cardinals are not a good team. They are closer to a bad team than they are a very good team. And if I had to be honest with you, I don't know how much better the Arizona Cardinals are than the New England Patriots right now. Which is why when I look at this line and I see that they're favored by a touchdown, the Patriots have to be the side here. I mean, I understand they're traveling cross country. I understand it's a rookie quarterback, but this Cardinals team, through the last month of the season, that's how long it's been. It's been a month since they've last won a game, has been horrendously hard to watch. And they have given you nothing to believe in. Defensively, that went out the window last week, which I'm not blaming them. There's no stars on that defense. If you're blaming the defense, that's crazy town. The offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing, is what he is. He's not changing at this point. More on that in a second. Kyler Murray has not answered the bell. And let me just start there then. A lot of people are, and like myself, clinging, almost like white-knuckling, holding on to Kyler Murray as their franchise quarterback. But you can feel our hands slowly slipping away. I am still in on Kyler Murray as this team's franchise quarterback because I don't believe you can just go in and out of there. You can't say, oh, yeah, he's our guy, and then the next week say, no, he's not. So I've never left, despite, someone else trying to say differently. Let me get this straight for you. This game does not matter for Kyler. It does not matter. It can only hurt him. It cannot help him. Kyler Murray could have a perfect passer rating, have 2 incompletions, 3 touchdowns, and another 50 yards rushing, and I would still say, okay, we know Kyler can play well against bad teams. The question is not, how is Kyler against bad teams when there's no pressure? We know he's pretty good. The question is, how is he against good teams, and can he be consistent when they need to win a game? That's the question. So, looking at this game like that, it's crazy. Kyler has Marvin Harrison Jr., James Conner, Michael Wilson, Zay Jones, who's still, I forget's on the team, but is a good player, and Trey McBride. And I'm sure I'm missing someone else, but that's not the point. They should smoke this team this week. The only way the Arizona Cardinals, and not Kyler Murray, Kyler cannot buy anything back that he has lost over the past month. If the Cardinals win these next 3 games and are in a win or go home scenario against the Niners in week 18 at home, and Kyler is amazing and they make the playoffs, that's when we could say, oh, wait a second, Kyler, he turned it on when it mattered most. That's when we can say that. But this game doesn't matter, and next game don't matter, and the game after that don't matter. The only way Kyler can win back the entire fan base, the only way he can earn back all trust, is not by winning this week and being awesome doing so. It's by going on an absolute heater and winning the next 4 games. And in the last game of the season, if it is a win-or-go-home scenario, and that's the only way that we can put our trust in Kyler, and they have a chance to win double-digit games this season, and Kyler is awesome, that is the only way he can buy everyone back. Everyone back. And of course, I'm rooting for it. And you should be too. I don't want to be in a scenario where I'm drafting another quarterback. I don't want to be in a scenario where we're potentially talking about Sam Darnold being the starting quarterback for the Cardinals. And no more excuses, guys. I understand Drew Petzing has been less than ideal of an offensive coordinator, and that's putting it kindly. But Kyler's got to answer the bell, man. We got to stop catering, we got to stop coddling our quarterback, coddling our star players. He's a big boy. He's a rookie of the year. He's a $45 million man. The only way he can buy everyone's trust back and buy my complete trust back as a franchise quarterback, although I've never given up on Kyler yet, although I've been close, it starts this week by going on a heater and being near perfection. But that's not good enough. Kyler can have a perfect passer rating, 50 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 2 incompletions, and I would still say, that's awesome, man. You still got 3 games to show us to continue to do that. But the only way he can get to that point is if he starts at this point and is magnificent doing so. Kyler faces an uphill battle, and no, I'm not confident that that will happen. But I'm just laying out the scenario for you. Just laying it out. And if you want that to begin this week, that level of rebuilding that trust with Kyler and rebuilding that trust as a whole with the Arizona Cardinals, they have got to smoke the New England Patriots this week. Similar to the way that they beat the bleep out of the Chicago Bears and beat the hell out of the New York Jets. That's what this week needs to look like. Prove me wrong that this is a get-right game. Because right now, I don't think that that's a get-right game. Because I don't think the Cardinals are that much better than the New England Patriots right now. I don't care about their records. I care about what I've seen lately. This is a what have you done for me lately league. And that's all I care about. What have you done for me lately? And with that being said, I will begrudgingly so take the Cardinals to win this week. But I don't know if I have faith that they can do what I just asked of them to do, which was beat the hell out of this Patriots team. So with that being said, I'll take the Cardinals to win this game, but in a fairly close one. I'll call it 26-20, and that is how I feel about the Cardinals this week. One other thing that I want to get to before I end this edition of the Ben Garcia Show is this. A lot of people are pointing out the offensive coordinator. He's not changing, guys. And you can complain. You can, bleep and moan about it. He's not changing. He is who he is through 15 weeks of the season. No offensive coordinator completely changes their playbook and goes from conservative and running the football to no risk it, no biscuit, baby. It's not happening. It's not happening. And maybe you're in the camp of you just want the Cardinals to lose out so that this guy can get fired. I don't necessarily think that that's the worst thing in the world, but quit freaking out about the offensive coordinator. It's not changing. It's not changing. This is who the Cardinals are. And if we're being fair to Drew Petzing, last week to start the game, he was letting Kyler rip it downfield, and Kyler threw back-to-back interceptions. And then he went back into the conservative model. So if you're like me and you've been a Kyler believer and a defender of his, I got to be honest. Last week he did not answer the bell, and that is not on Drew Petzing. That is on Kyler Murray. Do not ask for the defense to save you this week either, guys. If they pitch another shutout at home, awesome. This defense is not very good. Like, it's just not very good. And I know we struggle with believing that, but there's no stars on this defense. It's just Budda Baker and a whole lot of nothing else. So that's where I'm at with the Cardinals this week. It's not a get-right game. It's a figure-it-out game. Don't complain so much about the defense. It's not very good. Don't complain about the OC. This is all about Jonathan Gannon potentially getting his team ready to play this week. And if we have another just letdown game, I don't even want to get there. But if we do, we are then talking about how much we believe in Jonathan Gannon. But right now, Kyler's got to answer the bell, and this team's got to show us that they are better than what they've been over the past month. And, just to give you a sliver of hope, if this team wins out, they'll make the playoffs. I just don't think they will win out. But I got to be honest, they did win 4 games in a row earlier in the season. So there is that as well. But either way, I'm excited to see what happens the game this weekend. You'll get that post-game coverage after. Those ones do very well at the end of the game. So we'll talk about it at that point. But either way, I like the Cardinals to win close this week, although I would like to see them bury this New England Patriots team.